Hello. I wasn't sure this was going to work because, as we all know, Windows updates usually offend everything. So, wasn't entirely sure that this was going to work. However, it does seem like it might be. My face is still moving, so that's always a good sign. Let's get down to business. So, yesterday, we did quite well. Today, I fear maybe not quite as well as we did yesterday. Trying to work out why this looks bad. I assume the dog has bashed it. Oh, I've got sore hands today. They're a bit cold. I think that's why. So yes. But we are here again in time to paint our face. So and I've got a bit of a headache, which doesn't help. Okay, so oh, Amy, don't start that shit now. Shut up. So they have been a little better than they were last night before, because they didn't decide at 3 o'clock in the morning to do parkour around the house and literally bounce off the walls. And I swear if she could have done, she and him would have been bouncing off the ceiling. But they do have habits of getting the woofs at the moment, and I can't entirely explain why, because it's the same sounds that have been here for quite a while now. Well, in fact, longer than they have. There is still the one bird that kind of goes, yeah, yeah, and I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's bird. It seems to be up in the trees, so I'm going with bird. But it tends to come out at night. It could be an owl, but it doesn't sound very owl-like to me. But then I'm no bird aficionado, so maybe one of the owls does do that. But in essence, they don't like that noise. And to be honest, I don't blame them a lot. But at the same time, it's not a new noise. It's not done us any harm to date, so we could let it fly. We really could. We also had local let's set your house alarm off day earlier. I assume there was a bit of a power cut somewhere, because we had about 5 houses go off all at not quite at the same time, which was the suspicious bit. But 5 houses of alarms going off, kind of almost one after the other. Kind of not in the mood for that. And of course they took exception to that too, because, well, must be important. And I am actually feeling my hands are too cold. I think it's because I've been typing this afternoon. My hands do get cold when I do that, so let's assume it's that. I don't feel like I need the heating on, but maybe I'm wrong. Quickly checks what the temperature is in here. Hang on. See, temperature in here is perfectly good. So I'm going to go with then I was typing. Got pain in the back of my hand, like I said yesterday, about if I do too much of the wiggling with my hands, I can get odd pains. And while I don't believe it's RSI, it's certainly some motions annoy it more than others. I don't know why it should be so grumpy. It's my left hand. It should be. It has the easier life after all. But yeah, sometimes even picking up a bobbin, it kind of goes, "Oh, did you have to?" Yes, yes, I did. glasses must be even more dirty than normal. Can't see crap. That's a bit better. Trying not to sit on my feet, trying so hard not to sit on my feet. My glasses, there seems to be something even more wrong with them than normal. I can't work out what it is. Pretty sure it's not my eyeballs. It could be my eyeballs, but nope, still can't see crap all through it. I really do need to get new glasses. Hang on a sec, let me look for something. Right. Found some glassings cleaning wipes. I knew I had some. Oh, wow, they stink. Not that this is going to help, but can't make it any worse, frankly. I always struggle to use stupid glasses wipes because they're always almost too small to go either side of your lens without it slipping and you skidding your fat ugly finger across it all. Well, the bits that don't have coating issues are now at least clean, but it's still near impossible to see through. But it is better than it was, so hallelujah to that. My back's still not happy. It was playing up earlier. somewhere. About here. Hey, miss. Hey, you. How are you? I was thinking of giving up any minute because, well, no one was here. I probably will still give up at 22 inches, which is not that far away. Well, it's good to have someone to talk to at least for a bit. So, to be honest, kind of heart's not in it. You know how it can be. I was kind of up for it, kind of up for it, kind of up for it. Sat down to do it, not really. Yeah, I had problems over the weekend, so Monday weekend, whenever it was, I couldn't. So weekend on Monday, I logged in and couldn't find my Ranger, so I started a new one. Yeah, it showed up yesterday. So I don't know what the hell happened to that. I think part of the problem I have is that with Path of Exile, when they bring out a new, well, it was. I don't know whether it was a UI thing, because maybe it was a UI thing. When you first log in, you get all your characters, and you've got the ones that are now on Standard League, irrelevant of whether you would play them there or not. And to be honest, I wish there was a abandon. You know, when the leagues change, you had a choice: wipe it all, or save it and select characters and bank to save. Right? Because there's been so many times that I played a character in a league and I'm kind of done with it now because the new league's out. I'm not going to go back and play old ones. I'm not that kind of person. I'm going with the leagues. So the moment the league's over, I kind of want them to go. Because it's not like I can use the gear they had in the new league. So just delete it. I don't want none of it. And I've got a feeling that when I was having a bit of a clear out of my Standard League, i.e. the characters I won't play, I really thought I'd deleted it by mistake. Because it's not like it goes, hey, that's current league, you sure? It just goes, do you want to delete this? Yes. Do you want to delete this? Yes. Well, of course I do. I clicked delete, didn't I? Kind of one of those moments, right? And I really... But I think, although 90% of the time you delete them, and then it rolls back to showing all your characters, not just the Standard League ones. And I obviously did something, and I thought it maybe said maybe it said all, but it was only showing. Well, that's what I mean. It should be if you've got, when this league ends. So let's say 0.4's out, new league starts. I would really love an option for it to say, do you just want me to trash all your 0.3 league stuff? For League of Abysmal, do you want to delete it all? Yes. Because unless it's better than your Standard League one that you play with your bud, you're not likely to play them again. And all they do now is clutter up your tunes, right? And you only get so many tunes. Well, exactly, but that's what I mean. I would love it to do, at the end of the league, do you want to keep this or not? If you say not, it scraps then everything from that league's bank, all of those league's characters, and you get all your character slots back that you don't need. Now, I don't expect it to delete the standard stuff by default, because that's going to perpetuate. So anything that you make standard, you keep. But other than that, please delete all my 0.3 or all of my 0.2 because I'm not going to play it. I'm absolutely not going to play that. And as you say, the hours of sorting out, trying to keep crap and not keep crap, and it's just not worth it. Especially if you bought a shit ton of stash tabs and you are a klepto, you've got hundreds of items, possibly even 1,000 plus, going through going, oh, shall I keep that? No one's got time for that. Just let me go, select all, delete, done, right? In a league, in an old league. So when the league changes over, have a click to save, and if you save any of them, ask, do you want to take the bank with it? Because if you want to sort your bank out, that's a choice you should make, but it shouldn't be thrust upon us, please. Please, because, you know, just no. Just not. Really? Can we not? It's one of the few things I dislike about PoE. Yeah, it's one of the few things I don't like about PoE is how when the league comes, A, you can't take your current character and move it into the league, so it's not like you can work on a character and, you know, go into the new content with it like a normal upgrade or a, you know. Yeah. It's just that whole kind of, oh, fuck it, no. It's a bit like me tidying my house. I mean, I really should. I really, 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 really should. And then I'll look at it and go, no, I won't. It's that, yeah, I'll sort it, I'll be good. Open, oh, fuck, no. That's it. It's a bit like the Cupboard of Doom where you go to sort it, you open the door, 20 things fall out and you just shut the door and walk away and go, no. Good for you. Do you want to come and do mine? I'm a bit of a squirrel kind of girl, and I'll find like one thing and go, oh wow, and that'll be the end of that. And it's usually the first thing I pick up because I go, oh, what's that? So yeah, I'm not very good at that. You see, that's a sensible thing. I mean, I have to take a lot of sits down because my back gets grumpy. It's funny how I can stand and talk at my front door for quite a long time and not get backache. So if I'm kind of standing upright, not that I stand upright, but if I'm standing upright as I go, that's fine. The moment I have to lean just even that much over, so, you know, we're talking just looking forward at the floor, that's it. My back will complain. My back hates that. So pretty much anything where you lean slightly, so mowing the lawn, hoovering, picking things up, washing things, chopping on the counter, emptying and putting things in the oven, all hurt a lot. To the point I struggle to breathe. It hurts that much. And it's kind of like, doesn't make you enthusiastic to try. Oh shit, I meant to ask about that yesterday. Oh well. Never mind, completely escaped me. I think what put me off yesterday was when I had a doctor's appointment Monday. Yeah, Monday. Today is Tuesday, right? So when I had a doctor's appointment yesterday morning, the receptionist had booked me it as if it was a mandatory appointment thing. And then when the doc phoned, it was like, so what can I do for you? And it was kind of like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure why I'm here, really. And I think that threw me so off that I forgot to ask if I could have some more painkillers. Oh. I have some lovely prescription painkillers, but I try not to eat them too often. And they're a very sensitive variety. Or sorry, the doctor's very sensitive about prescribing them. And so... it's the same with lots of things. Is we don't like to prescribe those, you know. Yeah, I don't care if you don't like to. I don't eat that many of them. Well, I'm quite fortunate. It takes a lot to make me sick, frankly. I do know lots of people who can't eat them. So the ones I have are codeine and paracetamol, but they're soluble. They taste like piss. I mean, seriously, if you thought Herbie teas taste like cat piss, which they do, you need to taste this stuff because someone really has pissed in it. It is vile. It discourages you from liking it too much and drinking it, I guess. And I'm sure that is an element of it. But because they're soluble, instead of taking 15 minutes to kick, 20 minutes to kick in, this is more like 4 to 5 minutes. So they're really, really good. But my current pack are now out of date. I haven't got that many left, but I do have some left. But they are out of date, and we all know that you're not supposed to eat them once they're out of date. So I was going to ask for some more. And then I was going to go through the fight of, but these aren't on your regular prescription. Yeah, I know they're not. It's because I don't eat them like morning, noon and night. And you give me 100 at a time. So it takes me a while to chew through that. But I forgot to ask. So, Oh, Sugar Bear. It's definitely been it's been a funny day today. Now, as you know, I'm off work at the moment, because I am not feeling my better self. And I found some joy today, which actually took me by surprise. And yeah, my hands are bothering me, and we don't get those kind of gummies. So, at least I get to talk to you and rest my hands. But it is one of those weird things, is that I found joy in a film that I really didn't think I was going to... I thought it would be shit, to be honest. I thought it was going to be one of those great title, good plot line, and that's where the good ends. No, it was actually I really enjoyed it. It's called the Thursday Murder Club, and it's got tons of famous people in it. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I really, really did. And it's unusual because I have a habit of watching shit films. Now, I quite like a shit film. Yes. It's currently on Netflix, at least here in the UK. It's got Helen Mirren, David Tennant, the girl who played Osgood in Doctor Who. It's got a woman who looks a lot like Kim Basinger when she was younger. Well, not a lot younger, but younger. It's got Anthony Vance, I think his name is. No, something like that. It's got a ton of recognisable famous people. Piers Brosnan's in it. There's just a whole load of people you'd recognise. And the plot line sounds a little bit flat. Basically, SMO APs have a kind of a get together on a Thursday. So it's basically set in an OAP home. So it already sounds a little bit twee. Oh no. No, not at all. It was cool. It was good. I absolutely enjoyed it. Surprisingly, as I say, from the things, it sounded like it was going to be another one of my Z list kind of. I have a habit of watching disaster movies, preferably the ones that have kind of school play level acting. Especially if it's about volcanoes or earthquakes. Or both. Anything along those lines are my absolute genre of go-to. And, well, frankly, you'd be surprised how many of those there are. And so, I do occasionally branch out. And I've watched some terrible films with good people in. I mean, I've watched some terrible films. There was one with... the girl who plays Amy in Doctor Who. And it was a horror movie, and I thought it was going to be great, because, shittest film. One of the shittest films I've ever watched. It was terrible. I've watched films that, frankly, I'd rather watch, plastic decompose, No, you can't. And often, the more they hype about film, usually the crapper and more disappointing it actually is. But I have definitely watched films where trying to watch plastic decompose would be far more productive. It is. I've watched some terrible things. But this one was shockingly good. I would call it good to brilliant. I mean, it's not, action. It isn't. Well, it's a murder movie, duh. But it, there is some action in it, but not kind of like 50,000 explosions and 20 million car chases. None of that kind of crap. But it was a really well done film. Apparently, it's not that close to the book. Well, exactly. I liked her in Doctor Who. She was all right in the Marvel movies. But fair enough. You threw me there because you made me think of the blanket I made Trev, which is I made two in fact, but not one for Trev and one for someone else, but the one for I made TARDIS real life sized blanket TARDIS doors. So it's a TARDIS door. complete with handle. Working handle, more to the point. You can actually grab the handle. But yeah, there've been some really shockingly bad films with some really good people in it, and it is sometimes hard to tell whether it's shockingly bad because it's just shockingly bad, or everyone else was shockingly bad and dragged the good guy down. But I kind of like some shockingly bad films. You know, when you have a horror story that makes you laugh, that's my kind of film, right? And I did watch one of those today. It was not great, but it was better than some. What was it called? That's it, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was gory horror movie that kind of makes you laugh, for all the wrong reasons, but again makes it entirely worth watching because it makes you laugh. Because you go, oh yeah, she won't be she won't be getting up from that one. No, people die in some amazingly gory ways, and it's supposed to be a bit of a twist at the end. I knew it was going to be a bit of a twist at the end, but the twist was not the twist I thought it was, which made it worthwhile watching. Because, it's not like I worked out who done it from the beginning. Because I thought I had, and I was wrong. All I can say is the person in the suit was not the person who said they did it at the end. That's all I need to say to that. Because, it's a kind of like Scream kind of style story where they dress up so you can't actually see much. But I would have put a lot of money on the person in the suit being female. And it wasn't, apparently. So, I dispute that. But, worse things. Probably because they couldn't afford the guy who did do it to do all the other scenes as well. Because he was kind of famous. So yeah, I enjoy watching crappy TVs. I enjoy watching crappy movies. I craft along to crappy movies. I play games to crappy movies. Because, well, quite a lot of the time you can not be watching, and you're not really missing much. Especially when you've got them on streaming, because if it does sound like you missed something important, you can always go back, 20, 30 seconds and see what it was. Yay! Hello, Honey Bear. Well, Sugar Bear, I'm going to dispatch you to go hug Honey Bear, and I'm going to end my stream for today. I'm going to skip tomorrow. I've already decided that tomorrow is a skip day, and I should be back on Thursday. So I'm going to remove tomorrow from my schedule and skip tomorrow because, well, bollocks to it. Yeah, I'm going to day off for a little bit, so I think having a skip day and doing stuff has got to be a thing. So take care, and, well, you can always find me on Discord. And you take care to you both. Bye-bye.